Number 13 is your number, my gorgeous Capricornius. It is time to change your life. It is time to transform your life. It is time to turn your life around. You will definitely know this. You will definitely feel this, because something is going to happen before the beginning of this week. Something major is going to happen before the beginning of this week. And you are going to be in this absolutely perfect mode, baby. You're gonna feel like, oh my God, it is time to take charge of my life. It is time to do what I want to do. What's gonna happen before the beginning of this week, it's going to affect you in such a way where your eyes are gonna be open. Your eyes are gonna be open to what you wanna do, towards what you wanna do. And you are gonna realize how precious the time, this time on this earth is that we have. You will realize how precious this time on this earth we actually have. Okay, and this in itself is going to bring the best out in you. There is no doubt about it whatsoever. It is like some kind of a sacred preparation you are going to have before the beginning of this week. So the moment in time this week starts, my gorgeous Capricornius, you know what? The moment in time the beginning of this week starts, you are gonna be thinking about this problem, this issue you've had for a while, something personal that has been affecting you more than you would like to admit. Now you will be able to see this rather crystal clear. So you are gonna be able to be like really honest with yourself. But please don't get me wrong when I'm saying this, that you're gonna be able to be honest with yourself, because sometimes we are avoiding certain things to think about in order to protect ourselves, in order to protect our brain, in order to protect our energy, in order to protect our spirit. That's absolutely normal until we are ready, until we are able to face this. So you facing this aspect of yourself, it's good, baby. It means that you are finally coming out on top. Something that you have been kind of running away from, no more, baby, no longer. So when it comes to the beginning of this week, this is exactly what you're going to be thinking about. You are going to be thinking about this problem, this issue, and you will be able to be honest with yourself. As I said, you will be able to see the exact scale of that problem. You will be able to understand this problem from a completely different perspective, much worse than you could have possibly imagined, much worse than you allowed yourself to see this, which is absolutely fine. This is the crucial moment you're going through right now. You will be focusing on that problem. You will be thinking about that problem, something that has been making you feel so negative for a while. And after that moment in time, I know that you're going to be talking to somebody very close to you. You're going to mention this to somebody who is very close to you, one of the main people in your life, somebody who you talk to regularly. And you see ever so often the fact that you do talk to somebody, which is absolutely great. So it's either your family member, either your friend, or maybe it's your partner if you've got one. It doesn't matter, but I can see you talking to somebody who you have a very strong connection with. And after you speak to that person is clearly going to understand where exactly you're coming from. You will be talking about that problem, and you will say what's on your mind, and you will say what's on your mind, because when it comes to this problem, it's not only that you're going to be thinking about this problem, you will know exactly what do you need to do in order to bring this problem to an end, in order to do something about this problem finally. But you couldn't have done this before because you weren't honest with yourself. So this is an absolutely crucial point when it comes to your whole life, to be quite honest with you, because after this moment you will grow. Your spirit is gonna grow, oh my God, in ways you cannot possibly imagine. What's gonna happen to you within the next few months, it's gonna be out of this world. So that's why you need to be honest with yourself here. when it comes to this conversation, you're going to mention, about this problem, and you're going to mention how you feel about it, and you will mention what's exactly on your mind. You will say how you're going to resolve this, how you're going to bring this problem to an end, and what exactly you're going to do about it. And after that moment in time, you are going to make such an important decision. Decision is going to be based on something that you really don't want to do. Something that you do want to do something about this problem, but in order to resolve this problem, in order to resolve this issue, in order to resolve this difficult situation, you're gonna need to do something that you really don't feel like doing, but that's always the way, isn't it? You're gonna need to do something that you really don't want to do. You're gonna need to go through a certain experience you really don't feel like going, but bless your heart, all this is gonna give you so much courage. It's a lot to do what exactly is going to happen before the beginning of this week. All these things are going to contribute to your life so beautifully right now. All this is going to give you this necessary courage in order to resolve this problem, to resolve this issue, to accept the fact that there is something that you're going to need to do, certain experience you're going to need to go through, and you really don't want to do this, but now you're going to feel so driven, you're going to feel so adamant. All this is going to give you courage, baby. And I am so proud of you, honestly. Not many people can actually do this, to be honest with you, and you are gonna make this such an important decision to do this. And do you know what, this is just so important to do, because after that there are a couple of things that you're gonna need to do. I can see you making a really short journey, going somewhere. There are a couple of things that you're gonna need to do connected to this. But honestly, whatever this problem is, whatever you're gonna do after this moment in time, all I can say to you, you will do the right thing. You see, you're going to bring this problem to an end. There is something you're going to finish. There is something you're going to finalize. There is something you're going to bring to an end. As I told you, this is not going to be such a pleasant experience, but my God, you are going to escape one of the biggest restrictions of your entire life. Only within the next few months, you're going to be able to see this. Only within the next few months, you're going to be able to understand this. This is crazy. I'm just telling you, not only this is going to be successful, not only you're going to bring this problem, this issue to an end that has been ruining your life, but you're going to be also able to escape one of the biggest restrictions. The biggest restriction of your life that has been making you feel so powerless, that has been making you feel so sad, that has been bringing you down. This has been making you feel so negative because this has been making you feel so powerless. So this is a beautiful moment of your liberation, and it was making you feel negative and powerless, and it was restricting you to live the life of your dreams. It was restricting you to follow your vision. You had to do things you didn't want to do because you were just doing it not only for the sake of it, but because you just thought, this is something that you need to do. So now there is so much which is going to become obvious to you, what needs to stop, what needs to come to an end, and most certainly which path do you immediately need to follow in order to be happy, in order to be optimistic. Oh my God, this restriction, whatever this was, has been not only preventing you to follow your vision, my gorgeous Capricornius, in general, but you just couldn't reach such an important aspect of your life when it comes to near future that was always here, but every single time when you would come so close to it, boom, it would just disappear. And then you would have to do things all over again, over and over again. But every single time before something really big was meant to happen, boom, this would disappear. Why? Because karmically, spiritually, this restriction needed to be dealt with. But this restriction, it's something that you will bring to an end, but it can only happen when you are courageous enough. Which means when you are ready, when your spirit is ready, and only now this is happening, my gorgeous Capricornius. Absolutely brilliant, like, oh my God. By the time you get to the meat part of this week, oh my God. It is, do you know when you and how you are going to have the beginning of an adventure? The middle of this week is also marking the beginning of an adventure, but you know how this is going to happen in such an unexpected way. When it comes to the beginning of this adventure, you are going to like kind of basically, you're gonna realize what's bringing loss. When it comes to your life, you're gonna be thinking about what's bringing loss, you know, and what, like, about some kind of financial loss, and you're gonna be thinking about some kind of financial difficulties. Maybe you're gonna be thinking about something really kind of major you wanted to buy or wanted to do, and then you couldn't because your financial situation didn't allow it. Or maybe there is something really big you wanted to buy or something like that, and then you're gonna feel instantly negative because your financial situation is not allowing this to you. Don't get me wrong, you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing by focusing on your finances and by focusing on something that is making you feel unhappy, but especially when it comes to where this is going to be leading towards. Now suddenly you're going to be focusing on your finances, you're going to feel a little bit frustrated, but you're also going to realize what's causing loss when it comes to your life and when it comes to your finances, for example. And this really has been affecting your efficiency in general. And now you are gonna feel about it differently. Do you understand? So you need to get this right. Look, so first of all, it's all gonna start with this vision that you are going to have when it comes to you realizing what's causing loss and what's affecting efficiency in your life. And this is gonna make you feel so kind of overwhelmed, because it's also going to be such a powerful moment of clarity. You know, it is really a lot to do with you having this vision, but then again, after that particular vision, there is some kind of information that you're also going to have. It's going to happen in such a crazy way, because at around the time when you do have this information, after that moment in time, which is going to confirm this to you, that information, it's going to happen at around the time when you see number 13 or number 13, 13, or number 13, 13, 13. Any combination of this numbers is going to warn you, and it's going to prepare you that, you know, you are basically, my gorgeous Capricornians, any combination of these numbers, it's actually going to prepare you that, you know, you are basically going to not any combination of these numbers is going to prepare you that what is going to come to you right now, it's going to be extremely beneficial for your money, and it's going to be extremely beneficial for your financial situation, for example. But also at the same time, my gorgeous Capricornians, when it comes to this vision that you're going to have, and you realize where you are maybe like kind of wasting your money, where you're losing your money, or maybe it's going to be like this vision that you're going to have, it's going to really kind of make you remember the time of your life. It could even be these three different things. The third thing could be this vision that you're going to have. It also could remind you of the time in your life where you've kind of lost a lot of money, or you felt like you wasted lots of money, for example. And this in itself, it's really kind of going to awake you in its own way, and it's going to make you realize that, you know, what you should be paying attention to and what you should need to do in order to make your life more efficient, but also in order to protect your money and in order to protect your finances. And this is going to make you feel extremely overwhelmed. This is going to make you feel really happy. This is going to make you feel extremely overwhelmed. And there is this wish that you're going to have. Now suddenly, it's not about you feeling overwhelmed. And I know that this is going to sound absolutely crazy, but you are really being prepared in a really special way to start some kind of adventure. It's not only about you realizing the right thing. If you didn't realize this about where you're losing money, about this situation, you would never be able to realize that it's time to start an adventure. And it's not only about you realizing the right thing, thing. It's not about you feeling overwhelmed. It's not about you feeling like what you need to do in order to make your life more efficient. But at the same time, you are going to become so daring with all these things. So the very next day, after that moment in time, my gorgeous Capricornians, the very next day after that moment in time, you know, you are going to decide to start some kind of adventure. You wanted to start for absolute ages. You will want to start some kind of adventure, some kind of venture, but it's like really adventure. You wanted to start for a very, very long time. And you're just suddenly going to be reminded of this. And it's also to do with an aspect of your life, an element of your life that you actually forgot about it. Oh my God, you really are going to wake up. This is when things are going to start to become really interesting. Because now suddenly one day after that, you're going to be reminded of this adventure, something that you wanted to start for absolute ages, and then you forgot about it. And in the meantime, you thought that you got over it. And now suddenly, oh my God, I still want to start this so badly, so badly. This is because that night you're going to have dreams. That night you will have astral projections. You're going to be in all sorts of different dimensions. You are going to visit yourself. You're going to visit your future, and you will be reminded of this. And now the difference is that you will be able to feel your future. You will see what this adventure is going to bring into your life, and that's the most powerful way for you to be reminded of this adventure without even realizing this, without even remembering this. The next day, all you're going to remember was like, oh my God, now suddenly you're going to be reminded of this adventure you wanted to start for absolute ages. And now you're going to feel so strong, so adamant, and so keen. And you're going to find this so mind-blowing. So mind-blowing. You forgot about this. You thought that you got over it. No, baby, no. Only now you're ready. This is only about to begin. Oh my God. Whatever wish is connected to this adventure is going to come true. So you've got nothing to lose, baby, whatsoever. By the time you get to the last part of this week, you are indeed going to have this challenge. You are going to have this challenge. Somebody is going to be extremely a little bit rude. Somebody is going to be like a little bit horrible. Somebody is going to be a little bit manipulative, and you're not going to like it. Of course not. You know what I mean? But this is to do with somebody who's going to be really, really selfish. This in particular, this is going to get on your nerves because this person is going to be so selfish. And through this person, you're going to realize, you know what? I need to make a sacrifice. I need to make a sacrifice. You will realize, you know, my gorgeous Capricornians, exactly which sacrifice do you need to make, you know, and you're gonna find this challenging because, you know, this in itself, it's really kind of going to end a certain aspect of your life very, very abruptly. And this is what's gonna be really scaring you. And you will do something that you are gonna feel, you know, like a lot of uncertainties. Like when I do this, when I make this sacrifice, I'm not really too sure what's gonna happen, you know, but you are gonna feel intuitively guided, thank God. You are gonna make this sacrifice, thank God. So all you need to watch out for is somebody being selfish, somebody being horrible, and you knowing based on that situation which sacrifice do you need to make that you're going to find rather challenging, because there are gonna be so many certainties connected to it when it comes to your future. And you know what? You're actually going to have a really pleasant experience as soon as you make this sacrifice. You will know there is something really specific you will do, and you will know that, you know, you did the right thing. And I think that as soon as you make this sacrifice, it's somebody who you're going to be speaking to who is really going to be so connected to all this, and somebody experienced with all this is going to reassure you, okay? And this is going to mean so much to you. So you will know that you did the right thing anyway. Not only that, this is going to end up to be really positive experience. This is going to end up to be really enlightening experience, because after that you're going to feel ready for absolutely anything. You're going to feel so good, my gorgeous Capricornians, like, oh my God. And also, at around the end of this week, you're going to have such a positive news, baby. At around the end of this week, not related to this, you're going to have such a positive news. You know, it's to do with progress, some kind of a progress. This is really, really personal message. This is really personal information you're going to have. This progress, this information about this progress, this is going to mean to you so much. There is no doubt about it whatsoever. And it's also going to kind of give you a big reason to celebrate, like straight away, because you will know this is the beginning of your turning point. You will know really great things started to happen to you, and a lot is going to be on your mind, and a lot is going to start making sense to you after this moment in time. Even the worst things you've ever been through, it's all going to start making sense to you, my gorgeous Capricornius, because right now, after this moment in time, this is not only the beginning of your turning point when it comes to your life, but after this moment in time, you will realize that now you're going to be able to do anything you want to do. You know, seriously, that's how you're going to feel. The whole world, my gorgeous Capricornius, is about to become your oyster. Oh my God, this feeling is going to be so beautiful. Now it's time to nurture your soul. Now it's time to nurture your spirit. Now it's time to nurture your creativity. Follow your intuition, my gorgeous Capricornius, at this stage of your life more than ever. You know, something very, very dark, it came to an end. So now, my gorgeous Capricornius, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what's going to be your tarot card of the week. Okay, I'm just going to see. Oh, well, there you go. You see, it's important to pay attention to your assets. This is very important to you. Now I know that this is going to sound weird, but you need to protect what's yours. You know, I think that you are going to come across maybe a couple of people who are not to be trusted when it comes to this week. Listen to me very carefully. You're going to come across a couple of people who are not to be trusted, and you will know who am I talking about. It is time to protect what's yours. Very important indeed. And there is something that you did very long time ago, something official, something legal, something really important you were doing. Okay, something official, something legal, something really important. Maybe it's even to do with court. I don't know. It's very difficult to say. Something very important, something legal, something official you were doing like a good few years ago. And it's to do with a certain process that went on for a little while or for a certain amount of time. It's not something that happens overnight. Do you know what I mean? And you were so happy at the end of that process because majority of things worked in your favor. And you were so happy, like 98% of things worked in your favor, but there is still a couple of percent that you need to put your input. There is something that you need to finish. There is something that's not finished. There is something that's not finalized. Do you understand? And this week you're going to be reminded of this. Something that you've been through already, and something that you thought that it was finalized because at the end you were so happy, oh, finally this process came to an end. But now, boom, you are going to have this information which is going to remind you of this, you know, process, this journey, and you're going to realize that there is something that you're going to need to do in order to proper finalize this. You can't leave this. You cannot leave this whatsoever, and only you can do this. And this is why it's important to act on it immediately. Hello, my gorgeous people. I'm so excited to finally share something I've poured a lot of intention into. I've created the Ritual Mug Collection, 3 absolutely beautiful mugs designed for your sacred mornings, tarot sessions, and daily rituals. First up is the High Priestess Brew, which is perfect for connecting with your intuition and centering your energy before a reading. Then there is a Full Moon Fuel, a lunar inspired mug for aligning your energy with the moon's cycles. And for those powerful go-getter mornings, there is Sip Your Strength, designed to help you step into your courage and purpose. These aren't just mugs, they're intentional tools to bring energy and magic to your day. You can shop the full collection right now. Just tap the link in the description or click the card up here to explore all three. Thanks so much for supporting what I create, and I can't wait to see which one calls to you. Hello my gorgeous people, just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions, and the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful.